Alright, and hello there. I am MasterDalK, and as you can see, towards the left-hand area of my face, that way, it is time for an ESEA match. This is going to be a live match from week 2 of ESEA. Whoa. So it's going to be... It's going to be a Team 4Not IVN versus Impressive Play. So, luckily this time it's going to be very, very quick, as the first game is already ready. Okay, so, I don't know why, but I feel like sneezing a lot today, and that's very, very bad for me. So I really cannot afford that right now, as I'm going to be casting for you guys. Now, just a reminder, there is a 2-minute delay, at least there should be anyways. If anything is ever wrong with the stream, just put it into the chat, and I will try and see if I can look at it as fast as possible. Okay, so we're just going to get started here into game number 1 between whoops, wrong starboard to show you guys. My bad. What? Okay, no starboard for now, I guess, then, because it keeps showing the other one. Okay, so we're going to get into game number 1, and I have a whole bunch of stuff to alt-tab through. It's very annoying. I'm just going to set myself to busy, and the countdown has begun for game number 1 here. So it's going to be from Team 4Not. We have IVN Effer, and from Impressive Play, 21J. That rhymes. That is awesome. It rhymes. This water is cold. That's probably why I'm sneezing. So the first game will be on GSL Daybreak. Cursed LCD screens. Curse you, curtain. So it seems that I am the last to load. That's a great feeling. It always is to know that you're the slowest and you're pulling everyone back from playing. That was really bad for me. So here whoops. There we go. So on the bottom left-hand corner, the red Protoss from Team 4Not, or IVN, whatever you want to say, it is Eifer. As well as on the top right-hand corner of GSL Daybreak, we have the blue Terran, 21J. So this is a PvT. Now, a lot of Terrans that I know, they've been deciding to go with mech play versus Protoss, as it seems to be very effective compared to other styles of play, such as Bio. As a lot of Protosses, including me, have decided to go fast Archons and High Templars, which basically eats up Bio, and Eifer is saying GG. Probably because that used to be the old GLHF. So far we see that Eifer has not built a gateway yet. 21J will soon be building his barracks as soon as he gets at 150, and he does. Now makes 12 for Eifer. So we might be seeing a 1-gate expand coming out of Eifer here. And it might be a 1-Rex expand from 21J. So we see that 21J will be scouting now. He is a little bit late with that, but it doesn't matter. Eifer's probe is almost there. And it has arrived, and it's just going to begin by attacking the supply depot. Oh, the supply depot is taking so much damage. It was just about to die, but it won't. So it looks like that Eifer will not be going for a... And he does go for a 1-gate expand, my bad. This Cyber Porter not going up just yet. Puts down another pylon. And this probe will be following and trying to kill that SCV. 1-Rax expand coming out of our blue Terran as well, and... No, I'm not going to be that mean. So it is a 1-Rax expand coming from our blue Terran, as well as a 1-gate expand coming from Eifer, our red Protoss. So that SCV has still not died for 21J just yet. So it looks like two refineries are out for 21J, and it will be 2 more barracks is getting thrown down. No factory in sight just yet. So it will in fact be a bio play. Most likely Marine tank. Now if you are a little confused about how ESEA matches work, they play 4 best of 3s no matter what to determine the amount of points you get from a match. If you win all 4, then you get 4 points. If you win 3, you win the match, but you only get 3 points while the other team gets 1. Even if you have just 3-0'd your opponent, you should always try going for that 4th match anyways, as it does allow for an extra point, and points will decide who gets into the playoffs. If it does get tied 2-2, it goes to an ace match if it is necessary. And in this ace match, the 2 team captains, if that's what you want to call them, pick a player from their team to play for them. And whoever wins that best of 3 in the ace match will be the winner of the match. So we see it will be a 1-gate expo coming from Ifer into a 2-gate robo from our Terran player 21J. A bunker up at the front of his natural. He's constantly making mules. Stim has begun researching. Factory now going down for him. We see that 3 Marines and a Marauder are heading over towards Ifer's base, probably just to do some scouting. Some nice Marine control, pulling the 2 hurt Marines back so that they do not die. Currently only 3 sentries, but that will change soon enough. You see 3 more gateways are coming. 3 gateways are coming out for Ifer. Correct. The starport is going up for him as well, and it is a reactor, so this should switch with the starport. 21J might opt to get a tech lab on this starport as well, so that he can get the tank production starting up right away. So far, 21J is just going for a very bio-heavy army, and it looks like Ifer will be going for a fast third. Well, a more of a greedy third. The observer is here. It's spotted and taken out. A nice pick off by 21J there. We see that Twilight Council is out right now, and it will begin researching Blink. So it seems that Ifer will not be opting to get any Colossi just as of yet, as no robotics bay are in the works. Combat shields is on the way, as well as +1 infantry weapons for our Terran friend over here. And he is sending he's sending his bio army over towards Ifer's base. Currently, Ifer only has 5 stalkers, 3 immortals, and 5 sentries. 5 sentries are quite a lot, though. Oh, but Ifer has just moved his entire army over towards the 3rd base, and 21J will now begin going up the ramp. Ifer was completely out of position, but those are some nice force fields coming off 3 of these stalkers. More great force fields trapping even more of the bio army, and these sentries still have quite a bit of energy left. So it looks like Ifer is going to be okay for now. Take a look at the... Nope, wrong one. Units lost tab. 700 resources lost for 21J, while only 250 lost for IVN's Ifer. So that was very well done by Ifer, even though he was out of position just a little bit. He had 1 stalker here, as to see that, oh look, they're coming up my natural ramp. And then he just moved back. So we see that 3rd base is now up and running, and Ifer is very far ahead in this game, as he does have the 3rd base. while 21J is just now getting that third command center up. So you see that two medevacs are loaded to the brim with a Marauder Marine composition, and they are heading over towards Eifer's main base. But he does have an observer here on patrol, and it will see the medevacs.
Fall back to the shadows.
Oh, looks like 21J does not want to move in yet, and now he does. And Eifer sees it, and he even has some stalkers ready. And it looks like 21J will be forced to move back. He's keeping very active on the map, but Eifer is also doing a very good job at observers active as well, as there are observers basically all over the map to see everything. Third base is now up. Not very well saturated. Take a look at the income tab. It is 72 probes to 54 SCVs. Even with Terran mules, you still won't. It's still a very big gap. Psionic Storm is now getting researched, and the robotics bay is in the works now. You see that 3-3 is almost out, I believe. Nope. Sorry. 2-2 is on the way. And it seems that Eifer will be taking his fourth base now, keeping his economic advantage. Oh, 21J has no idea that this is coming right now. And yes, he does, because of this one factory that Eifer hasn't decided to take out. And we see that some Zealots are doing some nice damage on some SCVs. They will get taken out though. So that was 2 workers killed so far this entire game. Some Marines and Marauders are just stimming around the map to see if they can pick off any forward pylons. War Prism is out now for Eifer, and it is empty, but heading for 21J's main soon. Mobius Reactor is getting researched, as well as +1 infantry armor, and level 1 ship weapons is getting researched as well. So he was anticipating that Colossus switch, as he did see he does have a lot of bio, so Eifer would normally go for a bunch of Colossus to just get rid of this bio army. And 21J anticipated that, so he will be that Eifer is going to be even getting his 5th base now. And this factory is about to get taken out. It does. It didn't see that Colossus there. 3-3 has begun for our Protoss player. Cloak has begun, personal cloaking has begun researching. My bad. First ghosts are on the way now, and there are quite a few High Templars out right now for our Protoss player. 10 High Templars, all of which are close to full army, full energy. Ugh, I feel stupid. I don't know why. And look at this, 21J will be making a sensor tower at his 3rd base, which is kind of smart, as you will be able to see all the way out to here as to whether or not there are units, and he surely sees this Warp Prism with that sensor tower now, and he sees it coming in.
Want a piece of me, boy?
And looks like it'll be warping in some nothings, as there are some medevacs trying to do some damage over on the top area of the map. Some Zealots do get warped in, and they take out the center tower. No more external vision for you, 21J. There is a Marauder here, but it does get taken out, and these Zealots will now be targeting down these SCVs, but no, it looks like you'll be heading for those Marauders. Take a look. 19 workers killed. That is very, very good, as it is now 77 to 61. Eifer doing a good job at keeping his lead. Whoa, I'm extremely sorry about that. Tutu is on the way. Cypher blinking in, taking out a lot of those medevacs there. That is GG coming out of... okay. GG coming out of 21J as Ifer's army with those 3 Colossus and a whole bunch of Blooming Stalkers. And Great Storms were able to get rid of that. So that was game 1. IVN Ifer taking it. I'm just gonna check. Okay. Okay, so it seems that our next game will be on Entombed. Okay, so we're just going to be getting into game number 2 right now. It's going to be on MLG or GSL Entombed. So, it will be on MLG Entombed Valley. I'm just downloading the content now because my internet's... So, anyways, we're getting into this game very quickly. Scoreboard display is up. I'm just going to be checking. Curse use Skype. So I'm just gonna take a quick look at what's happening. Seems like you're watching PowerPoint. Okay, ready now. Okay, so it's going to be MLG Entombed Valley, as you see here. IVN Ifer won the first game of the series using his superior unit composition, as he had 3 Colossus, which took out a bulk of the Bio army, and he had Great Storms from his High Templars as well, and Great Force Fields too, so it was just all around being a boss. Ifer is going to... Okay, so the countdown has begun. I'm sorry, Twitch chat, I cannot respond to you right now. By the way, guys, follow me on Twitch if you do like my casting. If you don't, I'm sorry. I'm working on being better, and I will get better. Because if you hit that follow button, you'll follow me on my journey to being a better caster. Okay, so the game has begun. It is on MLG and Entombed Valley, and I just need to swap the players. There we go. So on the bottom left-hand corner of MLG and Entombed Valley, we have the Blue Terran, who's currently trailing 0-1. From Team Impressive Play, he is 21J, which rhymes. I just love that. So from Team 4Not IVN, it is the Red Protoss, Eifer. Or Eifer, if I'm saying it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Eifer. If wrong, please tell me in the chat, as I will correct myself. So on MLG and Entombed Valley, you cannot, in fact, spawn horizontal. You can only spawn yeah. So you cannot spawn horizontal, only close by air or diagonal. So it seems that 21J will be throwing down his barracks just now. So this is ESEA Week 2 between Team Impressive Play and Team 4Not IVN. So if you are a little confused about how ESEA works, what happens is that basically there are 4 best of 3s, and in those 4 best of 3s, if you win a best of 3, your team gets a point. The 16 teams with the most points after the regular season ends are the 16 teams who will be getting into the double elimination playoffs, which will be happening in 6 weeks from now, I do believe. Anyways, we do see Eifer now throwing down his cybernetics core. He has been mining gas furiously. So it doesn't look like these 2 players will be doing the exact same builds as the last time. In fact, it will be the complete opposite. Maybe. As they both went for a fast expansion last game. Doesn't look like it'll be that just yet. As Eifer is mining a lot of gas, and they aren't willing to bank up a lot of stuff. So it looks like 21J will be going for a 1-1-1 build, as his factory is on the way. Reactor going down on the barracks now. So we see that 21J being a little bit with that SCV, as it does get away alive. So it looks like Eifer will be taking out this neutral supply depot. The 21J will be switching the barracks and the factory as soon as the reactor finishes. So it looks like we'll be seeing some Hellion harassment coming. Eifer is now taking his expansion here. He's dropping down another gateway, and will it be another gateway or a robotics facility? That is the question. And it will in fact be a gateway, so he will be up to 3 warp gates fairly soon. This SCV is coming back for more, but there is a stalker now, and it does get taken out. Who got the kill? That sentry. The sentry got the kill. That's StarCraft 2 kill steal for the win. Concussive shells is getting researched now from our Terran player. 4 Hellions are out now. Command center is not on the way from 21J just yet. And we see that 21J will be moving out with his first 2 Marines and his first Marauder. And whoa, mouse, don't do that. Jeebus. And we see a robotics facility is now going down for Eifer. Eifer last game had great observer placements. He had observers all over the map. He could basically see his entire half of it. And it looks like we see SCVs here, so will this be an all-in? It might, in fact, be, and a bunker does go down now. And we see that 21J is just roasting a bunch of probes right now. force field does go down, but it doesn't matter as he can attack the Nexus. The bunker is just out of range, and it looks like 21J will be going after this Nexus for right now. 4 Stalkers are out right now, and a Immortal is getting chrono boosted out to help defend against this. There are currently 8 Hellions here, and this Nexus is in the yellow health now. It's going to 500. It's close to dying there. The bunker did finish, filled with a Marine and 2 Marauders. And we see that Viper will now be moving down the map. So far, 3 Stalkers, a Zealot, and a Sentry go down, and the Nexus does in fact go down. And 21J is expanding behind us, which is a smart move. He's trying to get as much stuff out as he possibly can. The Immortal taking a few hits there. It still has half of its shields left, though. So we have yet to see what will happen. The Immortal coming down again, taking some more shots here. There are currently only 5 Stalkers, but their second Immortal is out. A Sentry coming as well, most likely for the Force Fields and the Guardian Shields. So 21J is currently just staying here. He has 3 Marauders, 2 Marines, 4 Hellions, and 3 SCVs to repair the bunker right now. He's also building 2. He also will have 3 bunkers at the front of his natural. So it looks like this will be it for his forces at Viper's base. A nice force field, but only kicking off a few in SCV and the Marines. And it looks like 21J will be keeping these Hellions to do some harassment while Ifer is out of position. And they will just get up the ramp and in. One Stalker does get warped in. And the probes are just lining up nicely, but they are trapping it. 2 Hellions did go down now, and the 3rd Hellion does go down as well. All the Hellions gone now. And look at this, some elevator play coming from this Warp Prism. And 21J does not see this. He needs to get aware of this, and he's also warping in a few more units now. And it looks like Viper will be heading in here. And the command center is getting targeted down. Will it die? Not just yet. It refuses to die right now. And more elevator play coming out of Viper as well. Trying. This is very smart. He's using that War Prism to go up the ramps. And right now, 21J is a little confused on what to do, as you can clearly see. SCV is now getting pulled, and 21J, if he loses this match, that means he loses the series. The SCVs are distracting the AI of the Stalkers quite well right now, but it looks like some of them were repairing, and a lot of 21J's army did go down. Viper has free reign on a lot of these buildings right now. The starport will go down, not just yet. The barracks is on fire now. Some nice force fields trapping a few Marauders and Marines for the Zealots. And oh, it looks like Ifer is doing a lot of damage. And GG, well played, coming out of 21J. So it looks like Team 4Not IVN Ifer will be taking that first series from his opponent. We'll be getting into series number 2 really quickly. So this is for ESEA week 1. You guys on the chat are so funny. Okay, people are messaging me on the Skype Venus. Okay, now just a reminder that there is in fact a stream delay of 2 minutes. As this is live, and so much as we don't like to think that stream cheaters exist, they do, which is very sad. Okay, so it looks like our next matchup will be, just checking the notepad file I made. Never mind. So it's going to be on GSL Daybreak. The first map is always GSL Daybreak, so you'll for sure be seeing Daybreak. So it's going to be Seth N versus Xeno Cider. I wonder if it's as good as apple cider. Okay, so I'm just gonna swap these boys. Okay, so I do believe that it's going to be a PVZ here. PVZ. We're just waiting on Seth to get into the game. Okay, so yes, it will in fact be a TVP, TV. So the countdown has begun for game number 1 of the second series here. It's going to be IVN Xeno Cider versus IP Set N. And it's going to be on GSL Daybreak, as you see. That looks like an energy sword from Halo. Why does it look like an energy sword? Look, it goes like that. Then it goes like that. Energy sword. Anyways, it has begun. And so it begins. The blue Protoss from Team Impressive Play. The blue Protoss, Seth N, and on the top right hand corner, the red Terran from Team 4Not IVN. It is Xenocider. So, Team Impressive Play is currently down 0-1. Yes, they are currently down 0-1 in this series. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, excuse me, I just need to edit my sound settings real quickly as it is loud as heck. Why is it so loud? I thought it was loud. Did you guys think it was loud? Anyways, so we are here in game number 1, as I said before, and it looks like Xenocider will be going for a economical supply depot that will block his gas unless he lowers it. Barracks did go down, and Seth N did just drop his gateway now, sending out his probe to scout. So this is a PvT, one of my best matchups. Now, as I said, the first series, a lot of Protosses are opting to go for Twilight Tech over Robotics Facility Tech. So, we'll just have to see if Seth N decides to go for a Twilight-based build or a Robotics build. And his probe has arrived in his opponent's base. Seeing not much, the Orbital Command just got started. Wanted one more extra SCV. You will see that he will decide to block that expansion as there was no gas taken for our red Terran. So, and oh my god, what's his Xenocider doing? Xenocider doing a really cheeky move, being Euro block my expansion? Nah. As Terrence can just lift off and land somewhere else. So it looks like he'll be doing just that. Unless he decides to mine like that, which will be really, really stupid. So you see that two simulators are out for Seth N. So it will most likely be a 2-gate or 3-gate robo. Zealot will be going after that SCV to have it get them out. So we see that 2 more barracks are going up, so this will be a 1 racks expo into a 3 racks. See, this SCV is being really cheeky as it is going in and out, swerving, pissing off the Zealot. And if you didn't see it, but it just went zig, zag, zig. That is some moves that got there. So Seth N is now dropping down his expansion nexus. The second command center is done, and it will lift off. I was scared a little because it started an SCV, but all is well, as it is now landed and should begin production very soon. So we see that Xenocider currently has just Marines. Robotics facility is going to be made. It's going to be a 1-gate robo coming out of our blue Protoss. So this is going to be rather interesting. Ugh. I was going to sneeze and burp at the same time. That's really weird feeling. So we see that these 4 Marines are going into the main base. The sentry does get picked off. That was good done. That was well done by Xenocider. And we see that force field did block off Seth N's forces just for a bit. These 3 Marines, there are only 2 Marines left in the orange, and it looks like they will go down. Resources lost. It seems that Xenocider has actually lost more resources than his opponent. 1 worker killed from actually both of these players, so those 4 Marines didn't actually do much. Their death was in vain. A 3rd refiner is going up for Xenocider at his expansion. It isn't very well saturated for how long it's been here, to be honest. We see that Xenocider is currently going to be making his factory now. 4 barracks, 4 racks are up, and Stim has begun researching as well. Some hit squad of Marines are going around the map, going to be scouting if there is a 3rd or not, and there isn't. The robotics bay is up for Seth N. Colossi is in the works, but it's rallied into his main base. You know, I'm a little curious, and holy, there's no time for that right now. It seems that these Marines are in the natural expansion, and they are doing a lot of damage. They killed a few of these probes here, but it looks like all these Marines will go down. Will they get a few more probes kills? No, they won't. So that did get taken out fairly quickly. 5 workers killed. It's pretty good. +1 weapons is on the way for our Protoss player. +1 weapons as well for our Terran. Starport is on the way. Just take a look at his base. Very linear for the building placements, except even for the SCVs. Okay, so we see that the factory is going to be switching with the Starport, and the Starport will immediately begin double medevac production. Factory will be used to scout. So it will be a bio army. Concussive shells now begin starting. Now bio versus Colossus aren't the best thing to do. I'm pretty sure Xenocider did in fact see this. Yes, he did see the robotics facility, robotics bay. So he should be making some Vikings eventually. if he wants to live. So you see that these two Colossi, it looks like Seth N will be heading out towards his opponent's base. He has a forward pylon here to help regroup. He also has a forward pylon there. He has a forward pylon there. That's a lot of forward pylons. So we see that Xenocider is also going to be moving out. It looks like Seth N was on top of his game, and you will see this. There are two Colossi, and that is very devastating, especially to a small bio army like that with no Vikings accompanying it. These Immortals are actually doing a lot of the damage. And we see that these Colossi are finally going to begin killing off the bio army of the Xenocider. And he is just stimming around the map, running after all the reinforcements. He did see that forward pylon, but the Colossi were coming right after them, so he could not get rid of that forward pylon. Xenocider is currently 40 supply ahead here. The first two Vikings are on the way, so these Colossus will soon be lesser of a threat, but all of this army is in the orange and red right now. It's not very good. They are just going around in circles. Both the medevacs did go down. So it seems that Xenocider is in a very bad position out there. It looks like he will just retreat to his main base. The Colossi are now in, and Seth N is in here. And it looks... one Colossi does go down. A very good job by Xenocider, but the second one does live. Although it is on half its health right now. They are the bunkers are loaded. This one Viking will begin targeting down the Colossus, and it doesn't go down. It's alive. The Vikings are just chasing after the Colossus, and it does go down. Both Colossi are now dead, and it looks like Seth N will be forced to retreat to his base now. There's currently 64 SCVs to 30 probes. That is an enormous lead for economy, especially since they're on equal bases. But look how mined out Xenocider will be within the next minute or so. Armory and another engineering bay are going down here. +1 armor is on the way. Now I do believe, yep, Xenocider did in fact have 1-1 while his opponent was only on 1-0. And if you're ever confused on what my notation for upgrades is, it goes... yeah, that's my notation. Okay? I don't like having my viewers confused. Even if they're new people to the StarCraft scene, I would like them to make sure they know what you're watching about. That sentence was very butchered, I'm sorry. Excuse me while I take a sip of water as my throat hurts. So we see that Xenocider will now be taking out this debris, as it will allow him to get a better concave while he moves up the ramp, and there are a lot of SCVs here, but of course these are SCVs he can afford to lose. Seth N does not have a lot. One okay force field there. And it looks like Xenocider is doing a good job. He even landed his Vikings. And just to quote Frodan, one of my favorite casters, when Vikings do land, it means get the hell out of my game. So that was GG coming out of Seth N. So far, these Team 4Not players are on top of their game, just beating down their opponents. So I'm just going to... okay, I'm just going to check out what's going on. By the way, guys, if you know anyone who would want to watch, please do invite them to come, as more viewers is always so good for me, as you know. So we're just waiting on game number 2 to begin. Xenocider, he just had an upgrade advantage, so that was very well done by him. Always ahead, and he was also ahead in supply by a lot. There isn't, like, a lot to say about that game. So, yeah. I'm just going to check the GPU temperature, and it's 86. I can't. Okay, so I'm just going to point the fan towards me so that my laptop stays cold. And it is a laptop, that's why it's shitty graphics. Sorry, but it's only what I can afford. And oops, I swore. That is my bad. Just let me edit Starboard real quickly. But these Team 4Not players are doing very well. These Team 4Not players, they are playing very strong. Excuse me. How dare you, fan moving on your own. Okay, so we're just going to get into game number 2 here between Seth N from Impressive Play and IVN Xanocider. Excuse me. The countdown has begun. It is going to be on ESEA Ohana, which means family. Everyone in the realm of StarCraft needs to know that it means family. It means family. That's odd. I don't see the streaming. Why isn't it streaming? Why isn't it streaming? Is that something that I missed, where like these maps won't stream or something, or stream get taken out? Just going to swap the side of the players. Okay, so on the bottom right-hand corner of ESEA Ohana, the blue Protoss, who is currently down 0-1 in the series from Impressive Play, he is Seth N. Why did I do that? And over on the top left-hand corner, from Team 4Not IVN, he is Xenocider, the Red Terran. By the way, if you like my casting, please follow me on Twitch. Please. As if I get more followers and more views, I will finally be able to get on the TL calendar. And that's what my mission is right now. It's not even like, oh, cast an MLG or anything. My dream is to be able to get on the TL calendar. That's my dream. So we see that Xenocider will be going for a Proxy Rax. Huzzah! As Proxy Rack is my favorite build to watch. It really is my favorite build to watch. It's my... Well, the one I hate the most to play against is 4Gate. Because PvP 4Gate is annoying as back. So we see that Seth N did not, in fact, see this 2 racks. It's going to be a proxy 2 racks all in. But he should be able to tell very soon, as he will see. Hey, look! No barracks. No barracks. No barracks. No barracks. No barracks. So we see that Seth N is now arriving in the main of the Xenocider. He sees the orbital command morphing, so he knows there is a barrack somewhere on the map. It just isn't in here. And you will immediately go around the edges of the map, of the base, to see if he missed it or something. But he didn't. He did miss it. And we see that a bunker is now going up for Xenocider in the main of Seth N. And it is still out of his line of sight. This is very bad for Seth N. He needs to just send a probe over or something. And it looks like another bunker is now going down as well. The first Marine has arrived, and he immediately starts chrono boosting that gateway, and probes do get pulled as well. And the first bunker is almost finished, and it does finish, in fact. This is looking very bad for Seth N. Can he pull out somehow? This first Zealot is getting kited away by these Marines. Some more probes are trying to get pulled, and the second bunker is almost done as well. And it does, in fact, finish a third bunker now going down 2. This is very bad for Seth, and he lost that. That first zealot is so close to dying. 1 HP, the stalker is out though, but these marines and SCVs will be able to do enough damage to stay alive. And Xenocider is doing very well at controlling these units. He's setting the hurt marines into the bunker. This gateway is getting targeted down, and that is GG coming from Seth N from Team Impressive Play. So that means Team 4Not IVN is now leading 2-0 in ESEA. Leading 2-0 in this ESEA match. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the Twitch chat. By the way, guys, you can also follow me on the Twitters down there, somewhere down there, at MasterDalK. I will always have updates on what's going to be happening. Alright, so we are getting into game number 1 of the 3rd series now. It's going to be IVN, not a Viking. Oops, screwed that up. Versus the Mandil. So I'm just gonna play some light music as this will be a little bit of time. By the way, there is a 2-minute delay, so that means that everything you will see has already happened, and when you see me, you'll be hearing from the past. Paradoxes for the win. So yes, I do believe you would be hearing me from the past, as that does seem to make sense in my head. Just gonna drink some water. Wrong guy. Don't worry, guys. It's okay. Okay, and we're getting into game number 1 of the 3rd series now. I'm just gonna load up my scoreboard display. Whoops. That's not right. No way it is. It's just the score is not right. There we go. All is well now. Okay, so it's going to be on GSL Daybreak once again, and it is the first map, and I must edit for races. So, Aaron, Sarah, there we go. Okay, and the countdown has now begun. Oh, I did not get the start. So it's going to be a Mandil, whose name appears to be Scott, as I figured from the chat, versus Not a Viking, whose name appears to be Young, which is what I got from the chat. So this is Team Impressive Play versus Team 4Not IVN. Okay. Blue, red. Buffaloes. So it's going to, on the top right-hand corner from Team 4Not IVN, he is Not a Viking. As well as on the bottom left-hand corner of the first Zerg of today, from Team Impressive Play, it is Amandil. Amandil. Okay. By the way, if I ever pronounce something wrong, just tell me in the Twitch chat and I will fix it as soon as the next game starts. So, Amandil is what I'm going to say for now. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So it looks like it will be some 12 hatch, 15 pool, most likely coming out of Amandil. He did do the extractor trick to get that one extra drone, and you see that Not a Viking is making his barracks rally to the natural area. So it looks like it will be a 1 Rax expand coming out of him. Zerg music's my favorite. Well, actually, yeah, Zerg is my favorite, and then it goes Terran, and then it goes Protoss. And Protoss music in SE2 just sucks, in my opinion. It's all like, it's like there's no music, it's just ambient noises. It's all like choir or ambient noises. There's no background music like you hear in this or the Terran one. You see double extractor coming out of Amandil, getting cancelled. Double extractor trick for the win. Now in NSL, Stefano, what he did, he went to 220 out of 200. Because he made 20 extractors and then canceled them after making 20 more supply. So it looks like Not a Viking will not, in fact, be going for a 1 Rax expand, which is a smart choice, as we do see that 5 Zerglings are heading over towards his base. So it looks like it will be a wall upcoming. 1 refinery is out. And it might, in fact, actually just be a 1 Rax expand. And he's just toying with me. He is completing the wall off. Is there space, though? It seems like there is space. Well, we'll find out. No, there isn't, actually. This 1 Marine will get these Zerglings out of there. So Amandil is just waiting out here with these 5 Zerglings. He is having his hatchery going up here. The first extractor is going up as well. Just checking out my Xbox, see if everything's alright. It's gonna be alright. So anyways, we do see a bunker and another supply depot here to finish off the wall off the command center. Will be just helping macro for a little bit. Factory is going up as well as another barracks. So it doesn't look like it'll be doing a 1-1-1 build just yet. Oh, why am I having so many, like, hiccups and burps and stuff today? That's just great. So we do see a Roachborn going down for MasterDalK right now. He will soon be taking his second and third guess, as that is what you're supposed to do in the build. So we do see still no expansion coming out of NozzGamingChannel. It is currently 30 to 23. The orbital command is now going to be flying over here. We do see some Hellions are in production now, as it will be used for harass. No spine crawlers up for MasterDalK at his natural, but there is sight very well over the base. Wrong camera. So as you can see, he does have sight over a lot of his base right now. A lot of his half of the map. So it doesn't look like these Hellions will be doing too much damage. And these Hellions have arrived, and they don't get a pick off on the drone just yet. The third hatchery is going to continue morphing in, I guess. Building. Okay, it is building. So we do see these two Hellions are coming in. They did get a few Zergling pickoffs. Killing quite a bit of Zerglings here for almost nothing. Then they will begin targeting down the third hatchery, but the Queen has arrived. It is off creep, so it will be extremely slow, but that doesn't matter, as now they have extra range. Well, not now, a while back. These four roaches were trying to do some damage to NozzGamingChannel, but the bunker there was defended and repaired constantly by a lot of these SCVs. If you just take a look at the minimap, you see a lot of red dots. It's almost like he made Daybreak have acne or measles. A map has acne. That's just great. So we see that NozzGamingChannel will be pushing out just a little bit. 1-1 is on the way for Zerglings. A Baneling Nest going up as well. The lair is almost finished. Metabolic Boost just finishes too well. Starport is now going down for NozzGamingChannel. These two Hellions did not in fact die, and they are just going around the map, scouting around. NozzGamingChannel has arrived with his small bio hit squad, and one Roach doesn't quite go down to the Hellions just yet. A lot of Zerglings are here, and that is a decent surround, picking off all of the Hellions and the Marauder, but a lot of the Zerglings did in fact go down to the Marines here. One Overlord does, two Overlords get picked off. More Zerglings have arrived. Good surround from those Zerglings, and all of those Marines do go down. The Queen does live with 29 hit points, and will regenerate very, 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 very slowly. So we do see now that MasterDalK will be getting some map control with these Zerglings and that one Roach. If we just look at NozzGamingChannel on the minimap, you see that it's a big L. Now, a lot of these are lowered supply depots, but as soon as he raises them, it will be hard to get into. But MasterDalK is getting centrifugal hooks, so those Banelings will be able to get in just a little bit faster. And now 15 Banelings are morphing in here. Combat Shields is on the way as well for our Terran player. These are a lot of Banelings, and NozzGamingChannel is now arriving with a little bit of bio. And the Banelings just finished, and they are now heading, and they blow up on all of the bile. The Zerglings pick off whatever was left. And there are still quite a few Banelings left as well. There are no tanks out for Not a Viking. He only has a few bio units and a medevac. And whoa. And it looks like Not a Viking will instantly pick up a Marauder and a few of these Marines to do a little bit of a drop. Amandil dropping some creep here so that the command center cannot go down. It doesn't matter as Amandil has arrived with these Zerglings and Banelings. And there was a hole in the wall, and they do in fact arrive in. The Banelings blow up on a refinery instead of the SCVs or the bile, and that was a little bad. But the Zerglings, well, one bunker did in fact go down, and the Zerglings do pick off a few of the SCVs. All of Amandil's Zerglings and Banelings do in fact go down. Let's take a look here. 13 workers killed. That was okay. This Overlord is going to get picked off. Yep. And now Amandil is in the red. Amandil's creep spread is kinda weird. What he did is that he's generated creep and then dropped a creep tumor right on top of it. Smart idea. So we see that Not a Viking is now heading over towards the third area. A little bit of bio over here, just to pick off any Overlord. So it looks like Not a Viking is now setting up to take his third. 3 bunkers, 4 bunkers going down as well. That seems rational. Amandil doing okay with his creep spread, but his main is not connected to his other bases. Oh, and look at this. The scan picking off a few of these creep tumors here. A lot of these creep tumors, actually. The Zerglings did pick off all the bio that was here, though. So it looks like Not a Viking is now over towards the bottom area of Amandil's bases. We see that some Hydralisks are out as well now. Pathogen Glance is on the way, plus 2 melee attacks is on the way as well. A Hive is going down too. So we don't know what we're going to see yet. Oh, and it looks like Not a Viking doing some nice elevator play, but these Hydralisks are here with some Zerglings to buffer. These Hydralisks do pick off one of the medevacs, both of the medevacs filled with units, and the tank that was driving its way up into the main base of Amandil gets picked off as well. That was very sloppy on Not a Viking's part. 1-1 is on the way for his infantry units. 3 infestors are on the way, and an Ultralisk Cavern coming out of Amandil, as there are currently no Marauders. It's just Marine production. There are 4 Marauders, but that's still not enough. +1 vehicle weapons is coming for Not a Viking right here. And we see that I am running on 10 FPS, which is awesome, as my computer always decides to do that, where as soon as it's like from 12 minutes to 17 minutes, it'll be like 20 FPS, and then it'll just jump back to 45. +3 Carapace for ground is on the way for Amandil. Adrenal Glance is also getting researched, and we see that Not a Viking was caught a little bit out of position. A few Marines are the only ones that took damage, though. The creep spread for Amandil is very good, as he does basically have vision over all of the map. The 4th base is almost up for Amandil as well. And it looks like Not a Viking will be moving out to take a forward position and get his 4th base as soon as possible. And he is scanning to take out some of these forward creep tumors, as they were a pain in the arse. Ventral Sacs is getting researched as well from Amandil. 3 Ultralisks are on the way as well, so we might see some Baneling drops onto the tanks. And then everything else just goes and basically not a Viking explodes. But not a Viking is ahead by 7 supply. Usually that's not the case. Usually the Zerg will be ahead by a lot. Oh, but look at that. It looks like not a Viking just threw away a lot of his units. And I'm gonna sneeze again. That's really no. I'm trying not to sneeze so I can cast. Because casting is what I must do. Amandil using a few of his Hydralisks to take out this debris, as it will allow for easier access into Not a Viking's base. Not a Viking is heading around towards the top. Amandil getting his 5th base as well here. Not a Viking will be heading all the way to the top, but killing off the one creep tumor that did allow vision. But Amandil has arrived with 1 Ultralisk, 2 Infestors, and a lot of Hydralisks, Zerglings, and it's so much stuff that my computer is lagging 2 FPS. Everything seems to have died. Everything seems to have died. The Banelings blew up on the bio, I presume. The Hydralisks took care of the tanks, I also assume. Well, I can't assume, because if I assume, I make an ass out of you, and me. And I don't want to make an ass out of me. So see that Amandil is 30 supply ahead of his opponent right now. The production capabilities are very good from Not a Viking though, but it looks like Amandil will be heading in just a little bit, and he does lose an Ultralisk. Scanning again to take out some of the creep. He's stimming on his creep. Motherfucker. There is 1 Overlord filled with 7 Zerglings, and it's here for no reason. He really needs to unload those and hand them back to his army, and we see that a Spire is coming from Amandil somewhere. Scouting through all his base, and there's the Spire. Spire is coming for Amandil, so it looks like we might see some Broodlord Corruptor. Amandil is doing a good job at keeping active on the map with little bits of Zerglings here and there. We see that Not a Viking has a small bio army, but Amandil spots it and decides to roll in with a few Banelings. Banelings did a good job destroying a lot of that bio. And Not a Viking's actually ahead by 20 supply here. This is a rather odd game. 12 Corruptors are on the way to Greater Spire as well. +3 melee attacks, +3 infantry weapons. So it looks like this is a rather calm game right now. There's just little pokes here and there from both of our players. But the thing is that Amandil does have this extra base, and that will allow him to be ahead in economy. Take a look at the income tab. It's 67 to 65, so he's not actually ahead in economy. He's not even ahead in income either. He is ahead by a lot in his gas income though, and that is what he will need, because as you can see, he does have a 2,000 mineral bank. And we see that Not a Viking is mobilizing his forces. They are heading towards the 5th base. Will they see the 5th base? No, they won't, in fact. Oh, it does. He knows the 5th base is there. He wants to go for it. But as soon as he does, Amandil will come in around from the back, sandwich him in, and then kill him. 3 Broodlords are on the way, and it looks like Not a Viking is going to be sieging up here and trying to get rid of this 5th base. I'm sorry for the 10 FPS. We see a Fungal going to be trapping the spotters for Not a Viking. But Not a Viking spotters are actually the medevacs, and the first 3 Broodlords have arrived. A nice Fungal going to be killing a lot of those Marines. 1 Ultralisk does go down. And we see that Amandil is now heading in with all of his Ultralisks. Nice fungals from Amandil, catching all of the bio and Medivacs. And we see that Amandil is heading in from both sides. And these Broodlords will now just get rid of those tanks and all will be safe. But oh, look at this. 3 tanks are left. Looks like he's merciful. Not! As the Broodlords have come back and will now just destroy those tanks. He's like, oh, I don't even need more Broodlings. I'll just let him keep that tank. This command center is morphing into a planetary fortress. It was spotted by Amandil. So it looks like they will be on equal bases for a little bit. Immediately, 5 mules do get dropped. And it looks like Not a Viking is mobilizing once again with whatever little forces he has. And it looks like he'll be wanting to take a 6th base as well up here. But it doesn't seem like such a smart choice as he is very, 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 very behind. And +1 flyer carapace is getting researched. We see that Not a Viking is going for the 5th base again with his bio. Stimming on to the creep. And the hatchery does go down, so that means Amandil will have not as good economy for a little bit. The Broodlings have arrived as well as all the freaking Ultralisks, and the Medivacs immediately load up everything, but a nice fungal catches all of them. And that was very well done by Amandil. He killed off all the bio that was on the ground, and then when the Medivacs picked up, he did immediately fungal them. He trapped them, and then he used his Hydralisk to take them out. This one tank that was left to live will be the only defense for the 6th base of Not a Viking. But these 6 Broodlords can easily just come in and destroy that base. There are no missile turrets just as of yet. Just take a look around Not a Viking's base right now. He has a lot of barracks, and he actually picked up that orbital command and dropped it over here, even though that Vespene Geyser had 356 remaining. So it looks like this game has calmed down just a little bit. I'm just going to check this. Oh, sweet Jesus. That's what 5 FPS looks like, everybody. That's 5 FPS. I'm extremely sorry. I have horrible internet. And oh, look at this! This factory is actually dying! Let's just sit here and watch this die. Not a Viking sending a few... Yeah, so yeah, that happened. But this factory might actually die. Not a Viking doesn't even know. He isn't sending anything to repair this right now. And oh my god, it's at 70 health. 60 health. Oh my god, it's about to die. 50 health. 45. Oh lord. Not a Viking, come on man, repair your factory. It's about to die. At 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom! Not a Viking just lost a factory, and yes, I'm extremely amused with that. Not a Viking did lose his 6th base there to the Broodlords and Ultralisks. Not a Viking having some Thors are helping get rid of these Ultralisks and Broodlords, but Thors aren't the best thing to do against Broodlords, as Broodlords shoot out little tiny things that distract the Thor AI. So all of that mech did just go down. And they are now attacking the rest. It looks like Amandil is now moving in. This has been half an hour long game. Again, this is game 1 of ESEA. Game 1 of the 3rd series of impressive play versus Team 4Not IVN. So, Amandil is moving in. The Corruptors are immediately taking down all of the Vikings. Some nice fungals. Getting all of the bio. Again, the Ultralists just moving in, taking out the Thors. Really, all that's left right now is Broodlord, Corruptor, Infestor, and that one Hero Queen that's there in red health. But it does, in fact, go down. But right now, Amandil is, in fact, ahead by 80 supply? Nope. Nope. By about 70 to 60 to 70 supply right now. And he will just be targeting down that planetary fortress, which does go down, so MasterDalK is now down a base against the Zerg, and that is GG coming out of not a Viking. So that means Impressive Play now wins their first game. Oh, God, excuse me. They win their first game in this entire all day long. So I'm just going to take it. There we go. So we're just waiting on what map it's going to be. Not a Viking is going to be picking it. The hell did I just do? So it is looking like it's going to be on Antigua Shipyard. Okay, so we're going to be getting into game number 2 here. I am MasterDalK. This is MasterDalK TV. And this is ESEA Week 2 match between Impressive Play and Team 4Not IVN currently. 4Not has 2 series won. But MasterDalK, if he wins this game, that means that it will be 2-1. And if Team Impressive Play wins the 4th series, then it will go to an ace match. It is currently 7:27 p.m. So we're getting into game number 2 here. It's going to be on GSL and Antigua Shipyard. This is a TVZ. And the countdown has begun. By the way, guys, follow me on Twitch if you like my casting and my stream in general. But mainly, I would like more followers on Twitter, because on Twitter, I will announce if I'm ever casting on someone else's stream with them. So, yeah. Follow me on Twitter at MasterDalK. Follow me on Twitch. Yeah. Also, if you want to check out some VODs, go to my YouTube channel that I run with a few of my friends called NozzGamingChannel. Alright, so the game has begun, and we have the... These people always changing in colors. Okay, so over on the top left-hand area of GSL Antigua Shipyard, we have from Team Impressive Play, who took the first map for his team, MasterDalK. And we have on the bottom right-hand area, not a Viking from Team 4Not IVN. So MasterDalK doing the extractor trick once again. As you can see, there is a dead extractor there. Not a Viking will begin by walling off. Now, MasterDalK, he had an amazing hive tech composition there. He had Ultralisks, Broodlords, Corruptors, and the Infestors, and he was just able to power down. He also had amazing creep spread, as not even about 12 minutes in, he was having his creep already halfway across the map. So it allowed him to see everything. He knew what was coming. He was constantly active around the map. So this is GSL Antigua Shipyard, and this is cross map. This is cross spawns only. I don't think Not a Viking knows that, but don't worry, he'll get to his opponent in time, in due time. So I'm just gonna take a look here at the APM counter. It is Not a Viking with 170 APM, Amandil having 120. So we see that Amandil will not be expanding just yet. What a game this will be. It looks like, oh no, he will be going for a 19 hatchery. A little bit late, but it will be happening nonetheless. It doesn't look like Not a Viking will be going for a 1-1-1 build, and he will in fact be going for a 1-Rax expand. And some Zerglings of Amandil are heading over to his opponent's base. What these Marines stationed on that little ledge there look like they'll be enough to take care of those Zerglings. Those Zerglings are coming in right now. And it looks like Amandil will be forced to pull back now. And Not a Viking going to be going to make shit get serious. And he just lowered his depots. We see another barracks going up, as two more barracks going up for Not a Viking here. The first gas being taken for Amandil, and it looks like he will be making a spine crawler on his main. Probably as soon as that finishes and the creep gets out far enough, he'll just pick this up and send this over. I'm sorry, my feet are getting tangled into the mouse wire as it is just drooping to the floor. Okay. So you see that Not a Viking will be heading up with some Marines into the natural. There are two Queens here already to defend these Marines. And the spine crawler is coming down as well. Roach one going down for Amandil. Stim has begun researching. Now he is. And we see that Not a Viking will also be walling off with some supply depots and a bunker at the ramp at the top of his ramp at his natural. I think I need more water, excuse me. By the way, guys, if you're not sure how ESEA works, it's 4 best of 3s, and we're in the third one right now. 4 best of 3s, and what happens is that if it's tied 2-2, it goes to an ace match. Now, even if you are winning 3-0, if you've won 3-0 already, you win the match. But you should always still play that fourth one, as the fourth one will allow you to get more points. And if you lost 0-3, then you may have a chance to get even 1 point out of it, right? So we see that it's just going to be 3-Rax 4 right now. Metabolic boost has begun. +1 infantry weapons beginning as well. Creep spread for Amandil immediately getting down that ramp. 3 extractors right now. Double Eva going up, but not going to be walling off with it. It's just going to be at the back. And a Baling Nest now going down as well for Amandil here. And we see that some roaches for Amandil are coming in. They do see that there is a complete wall, so he decides to move back. Did get one shot on that bunker, though. Well, that was really weird. This queen going to be dropping one more creep tumor so that creep increases its speed of getting out. We see that the lair has now finished. And now will Amandil be doing the same thing as before, where he gets a Hydralisk, Baneling, Zergling composition, and then get the Hive Tech? Right now we do know that for sure he will be getting Banelings, as 5 are in the works. Centrifugal hooks beginning as well as 1-1 for Zerglings, Banelings. Ooh, and it looks like Not a Viking is taking some heavy losses here. He's losing quite a few of those Marines. He does see those Banelings, though. Combat Shields is about 75% done. +1 weapons is now just finished. The first 2 medevacs are on the way. Just taking a look over his base. We do see that a tech lab is going to begin on that factory, and he immediately begins with siege tank production. Amandil will now be taking his 3rd base here. Over here. 17 more Banelings are going to be morphed in now. And we do see that the Zerglings are going to be running in here. 3 Marines are stimming across the map, and they do encounter them. These Zerglings do surround and take them out, and it looks like Not a Viking will be taking his 3rd as well. But these 2 Zerglings will run in and see it. There is a bunker there. The first tank is out, but does it have siege mode just yet? No, it doesn't. There's still just a few seconds left. 9 seconds left till siege tank is done. But and that Devo was caught, lowered, and they do come in. The siege tank does get picked up, and all these Banelings just roll in and blow up on everything. They're even blowing up on every single unit. Not killing a lot of the SCVs though. More Zerglings are coming in to help. There's currently just 5 Marines and a Marauder as the defense. The SCVs are not getting pulled as well as a Mule, which is kind of weird. The second tank is out, and it does get picked off as well. This is not looking very good for Not a Viking. Resources lost tab, you see, he's lost wow. Not a Viking has actually been trading very efficiently. It looked like he lost quite a bit there, but doesn't seem that he will. And this supply depot will go down, and it burns to death too. Just like that factory from last game. We do see these Marines are stemming around. It looks like Not a Viking was also dropping as well. But this 4-crawler here did catch it. The medevac did live though. See that Not a Viking is now mobilizing. Q2 for ground melee is coming out as well. And we see that another drop is getting prepared for Not a Viking. Grooved spines as well as pneumatized carapace getting researched. And it looks like Not a Viking will be dropping in. And Zerglings immediately come in at Baneling as well to help get rid of it. Only 3 Marines remain from that drop. Ventral Sacs getting researched as well. So it looks like Amandil will be going into that Zergling Baneling Hydralisk composition from last game, and it worked pretty well. He got to the Hive Tech as fast as he could, and then he got Ultralisks, and then he just won. Like, as soon as he got those Ultralisks, he was just able to run anywhere and kill everything that was there, which was really amazing. And Oh, and it looks like not a Viking will be going for another drop again. 2 medevacs loaded to the brim with Marines here. And they are heading over to his opponent's base right now. The first 2 medevacs are all around the map, flying around, distracting his opponent. And looks like not a Viking will be coming in. The Spore Crawler, not in range of the Spore Crawler, but there is a Hydralisk here, a lone Hydralisk. It dies as well. The Queens have arrived, as well as some more Hydras. Zerglings have arrived as well. And it looks like not a Viking will just load up and send these Marines home. More Marines getting onto the creep, killing off some creep tumors. Not a Viking just doing very good at staying active on the map, killing as much as he possibly can. It looks like not a Viking, since he does have a lot of these Marines left, will be coming back in, and it looks like he did in fact pick off that hatchery, the last drop, and the spawning pool is not. It looks like he's just picking off overlords. The spawning pool in the red, and it does in fact go down. That is a very huge pickoff for not a Viking, as a lot of his army was Zerglings. A lot of Amandiel's army was Zerglings. Not a Viking is currently 50 supply ahead of his opponent. This is looking very good for our Terran player right now. Creep spread for Amandiel is kind of choppy, as a lot of these creep tumors were taken out earlier, and it looks like not a Viking is going to be heading out onto the map with all of his army now. And it looks like Amandiel is waiting for him. He has a decent concave setup, and he is going in for it now. And the Banelings are blowing up on more of the tanks than the bio, but the bio did die as well. Not a Viking is still 20 supply ahead, but it doesn't look like it's a lot. Whoa, I disconnected from BattleNet. That's kind of crazy. And another drop coming from not a Viking as well, over towards the third base of Amandiel. Some Zerglings are heading in to take care of these Marauders, but it doesn't look like there will actually be enough. But the Hydralisks have arrived, and they will just take out the medevacs one by one, and everything's just gonna die now. And it looks like Amandiel is getting the composition that he wants. 3-3 is on the way for not a Viking for his bio. +1 vehicle weapons is on the way. +1 missile attacks. Infestation pit almost finished for Amandiel right now. And it looks like not a Viking wants to take his 4th base, but oh look, there's creep there! He can't land his command center there. Silly Terran. Scan taking out a lot of these creep tumors, and it looks like the creep should go away very quickly. And the command center will be able to land, maybe. It doesn't actually look like that he will be able to land just now. The creep being very cheeky, stopping that command center from landing even longer. Amandiel with a few Zerglings and Hydralisks and 2 Banelings is over on the left-hand side, and he will be heading into the middle of the map towards the Zelnaga Tower now. Hydralisks with the high ground vision are able to do some damage, but they do in fact get taken out. And that's GG coming from Amandiel. So that means it is now tied 1-1 here. Not a Viking tying it up, and will 4Not take this out? That is a question. So it looks like, what the fuck? What? What the Battle.net's coming up right now. Battle.net screwed up for everyone on the North American server, or at least everyone from the IP versus 4Not, so it looks like that Battle.net keeps crashing here. That's not very good. Ooh, this can't happen. By the way, guys, follow me on Twitch if you do, in fact, like my stream. Oh, it looks like my face is now getting dark. Huh. Oh, well, don't worry, it's fine. So if you do, in fact, like my stream, please do follow me on Twitch. Always helps. So it looks like we'll be getting into this game now. It's going to be on ESEA Ohana. Also follow me on Twitter. Should be down there somewhere. On my Twitter, I'll be announcing what I'll be doing on my stream, casting, stuff like that. So we are going to be getting into game number 3 here of the 3rd series. Whoever wins this will take the series. If Not a Viking wins this, that means Team 4Not will in fact win the match, and we'll be going to a 4th match just for points. So the countdown has just ended, and it's going to be on ESEA Ohana. By the way, guys, if anything's ever wrong with my stream, please just tell me in the chat, and I'll get it fixed as soon as I possibly can. Stop changing. Okay, so on the bottom right-hand corner of ESEA Ohana, we have the Blue Zerg, who won game 1 but lost game 2. It is Impressive Plays, MasterDalK. Over on the top left-hand corner, we have from Team 4Not IVN, Not a Viking. So Not a Viking did win last game, tying it up 1-1. He was constantly dropping into MasterDalK's bases, which would deny the mining. He even picked off the main hatchery once, which was a huge setback to our Zerg player. By the way, I am MasterDalK. I am one of the casters for ESEA. By the way, if you ever have anything that you need a caster for, and you like my casting, please feel free to ask me to cast. If I can, I will. What the hell? Battle.net just crashed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, man. Battle.net, what the hell's happening? So it looks like Not a Viking will be going for a proxy 2-rax. So Battle.net just crashed on me twice in this series. This is getting very bad. Battle.net is trying to not let this happen. Excuse me. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a proxy 2-rax, it's going to be a proxy 1-rax. And MasterDalK with his Overlord did not in fact see it. It was just right there, but didn't see it. Oh, this is so bad for MasterDalK right now. as they're, even if he goes to the main base, he will see one barracks. These two Zerglings are heading in, but they will not be able to see much as there is a complete wall there. These three Marines are keeping those Zerglings out of the main base. And Amandil's even expanding. He's not making a lot of Zerglings. He's just droning up. This isn't. If not a Viking hits at the just right time, he will be able to have this work, and he will win this for Team 4Not IVN, and that means Team 4Not will in fact win the match. It will go to a 4 match anyways, as that's how ESEA works. If you won 3-0, you still go to a 4th match just for points. The 16 teams with the most points will go into the playoffs, double elimination, after the 8th week, of course. So it looks like Not a Viking will be heading in. He is targeting down the hatchery. 12 Zerglings immediately begin production, and the SCVs have arrived as well. The 2 queens are here too. No bunker just getting thrown down just as of yet, and there it is. The SCVs are attacking the hatchery as well. Metabolic boost is on the way as well as Baneling Nest, but I don't know if it'll be enough. This hatchery does in fact go down, and the broodlings will get spawned, go down as well. The spine crawler is going to move forward towards the top of the ramp. Will it have sight? No, it's just going to be out of sight. That means it looks like Not a Viking will actually retreat the rest of his Marines and just have that one bunker there just to be annoying, as that means no drone will be able to get there. And it looks like the spine crawler is going to be showing up as well. Hatchery going to be going down once again, so it looks like that was just to be annoying, and it will be salvaged. Yes. That means that was very smart play by Not a Viking. He delays the expansion of Amandil so that he can get his own up right away. 2 bunkers immediately going down at the top of his ramp. So we see that the Zerglings are running it as well, and the supply depots immediately go up, and these Marines will pick off all of these Zerglings now. So it looks like Not a Viking's in a very good position. It is currently all back. Oh, I thought I just saw a lightning strike. Never mind. So the second hatchery for Amandil is almost finished. The creep spread is mainly staying inside his base. Not a Viking's second orbital is already up. A 3rd bunker going down as well as an engineering bay. Ohana allows for these rather awkward wall offs. They happen all the time. This looks more like a turret defense wall off rather than a 1v1 wall off. So we see that Not a Viking is just building a lot of stuff at the top of his ramp so that nothing gets in without his permission. The creep spread is starting to get out of Amandil's base. The second hatchery is up. Centrifugal hooks as well as 1-1 going down for Amandil. Stim getting researched now. So it looks like, yep, Amandil has lost 400 more resources right now. 1-1 going has begun for Amandil. I'm sorry, that's my brother's phone. Excuse me 1 minute. Whoever was calling my brother should have known that I'm casting. So, anyways, I am back now. Sorry for that little disturbance. So, the starport has begun producing medevacs here now. Another bunker going up for Not a Viking. He's trying to play this really safe. He doesn't want to lose this game. If he does, that means Impressive Play will be up a series. Oh my god. Okay, sorry about that. My brother did come and get his phone, so no more disturbances of that. So we see that a bunch of banelings are... Ooh, 2 banelings for 2 marines. That wasn't such a smart choice for Amandil there. There are a lot of bunkers in Not a Viking's base. And Amandil will now be going up. And looks like, oh, 1 bunker does go down, and Amandil has arrived. 2 bunkers go down. All of the bunkers with units go down, and the 2 banelings go after 1 SCV. Amandil's baneling control is just not very good this game, but it doesn't matter as he did take down all of those supply depots, bunkers, and that 1 engineering bay, and didn't allow that upgrade to finish. And oh, it looks like Not a Viking has his SCV pulled. He has a few Hellions now. And it looks like he wants to defend that Oracle. He isn't lifting it though. And these Hellions are going to try roasting off as many Zerglings as possible. And mining has resumed for Not a Viking. But Amandil does have his 3rd hatchery up. The creep spread is as good as usually is. It looks like Not a Viking tried to drop while that happened, but it didn't work out so well. 2-2 is on the way for our Zerg player. Seems that the 4Not Terran wants to move out just a little bit. So we see that a macro hatch is going down for Amandil here. 1-2 has begun. The +1 armor had to restart as the engineering bay that was researching it did in fact get taken out that early push. And oh, it looks like Amandil is going to be coming in from the back. A good surround with those Zerglings and a nice hot pickup there by Not a Viking, saving a lot of his units there. All of the Hellions do survive, but the Hellions are in red and orange health though. And job. Another hot pickup there by Not a Viking, saving his units once again. Groove Spines has begun. So looks like we should be seeing some Hydralisks out here shortly. Creep spread is just amazing. More getting farther and farther towards our Terran's bases. And Not a Viking is again ahead in supply by 20.